When we flew into Jackson Hole when we went snowmobiling a couple weeks ago, the people who wrote Yellowstone nailed it. I literally looked around and I thought I was in the show because there's people walking around. First of all, you get off the plane and it's amazing, the mountains and the nicest airport I've ever been in.
Free mimosas.
You walk in, and in the baggage claim, there's free mimosas.
It's crazy.
Oh, not even at a bar. At
No.
the baggage claim.
No. They're just on a little stand, like a lemonade stand, but for free mimosas.
That was the best way to put it. It was a lemonade stand for free mimosas. It was the crazy. No, they didn't check a single ID.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Dude, there was this guy on the plane who looked exactly like the one guy that tried to shut him down, the first big businessman. I'll pop up his picture here. But he's got this flowing hair. He's wearing like a Montclair or whatever that brand is. Really fancy skiing brand. I don't even fucking know. Puffer jacket, like kind of adventure pants. And he's walking around.
Is that the one that
plane.
had the cowboy hat?
Yeah, and he walks out of first class and he's throwing his hair back. First of all, took a shit like 9 times. There was something going on with him for sure. But
Ryan was keeping an eye on this guy.
I was right in front of the bathroom and I was like, dude, what is this guy doing? But every time he'd walk up, he'd pick a new person. He'd be like, what you doing? Hey, first time in Jackson? Like he was going back home to his freaking ski mansion. And I was like, man, no wonder people that live out here hate these people. They were so hateable. There was a guy wearing a shawl.
Well,
like a poncho, but like a little bit more Western-y. And he was just wearing it in the airport. I'm like, dude, you flew Delta first class to Jackson Hole. You're going to go skiing. Why do you look like you just are traversing the Oregon Trail?
On a horse.
On a horse, yeah.
When me and Ryan got there, they lost our baggage. So we're like going up and we're dealing with the people at Delta. And as we're standing there was a lady next to us that was also dealing with lost baggage from our flight. And the guy was like standing there and you could tell he was getting a little hotter and hotter because then he started raising his voice. And then that's when me and Ryan started watching what was going on. The guy goes, I have no clothes to wear, and I'm here for 5 days. And the lady's like, I don't know what to tell you. And he goes, I'm from L.A. I don't have clothes for this anyways. And the lady's like, well, what's the problem then? And he's like, don't raise your voice at me. She's like, don't raise your voice at me.
They're trying to calm him down.
What the fuck is going on? Like, these two are just yelling at each other right now. This guy just kept bringing up that he was from California. It was the weirdest shit ever.
It was like,
and
dude,
then
not
I was
a
like,
flex right now.
Yeah, not a flex. And I was like, man, this is why all these Californians moving here just get such a bad rep, is because obviously there's probably people that hate California, and then there's people that are in love with California but want to move out of California but bring all their politics and problems to the mountain towns. But it was interesting. We were talking to Blaine, who was one of the, well, yeah. Well, for some reason, I thought you were CJ first. I blacked out there. I looked over like you weren't with on the trip.
You know, Blaine.
Yeah.
Blaine and Jay.
You know Blaine. No, but Blaine is like a full-on cowboy rancher. And he was like, yeah, dude, like, it's pretty much exactly how it is in the show, is like all these ranch hands, you know, like we're all kind of, we're real
rough around the edges.
Real cowboys, right? So then when we go into towns, especially Jackson, he's like, all these pretend cowboys, like, will be pretend cowboys, and real cowboys do not fuck with that one bit. And he was like, yeah, pretty much every time we go out, we get into bar fights and everything like that. And I was like, damn, that's pretty cool to hear. Like, it's pretty cool to hear that that's like actually how it is.
I would not wear a cowboy hat in Jackson.
No,
I would not. I feel like it'd just be insulting.
Shit.
I wouldn't wear a cowboy hat anywhere.
Wait.
Well, okay, true. And I don't wear it.
I effed up then. I did that. Did you remember when I wore it tucked in jeans into my cowboy boots?
I remember.
A big ass American flag button up, and then a cowboy hat, and then handlebars. Out downtown Jackson.
Yeah.
I seem to fit in pretty well with that whole look, but
Maybe Jackson is almost more phony cowboys. It was like the outskirts.
Oh, for sure.
That could
Outskirts,
be,
like
I like Driggs and Afton, the places
Alpine,
that we've
those,
went.
Yeah.
But you saying that about Blaine, like, so shout out Anthony and Creed. They hooked us up with some airbags and like the sled that we tried to use to take the R6 out. They lived in Driggs, Idaho, and dude's like mullet, what hat, the classic short sleeve button up. Like he looked like, he grew up there, and he's like, I grew up in Jackson actually, and got pushed out. Like firsthand story. He's like, he's like, I grew up there, like till I can't remember what he said. Let's say 15. And then we had to move. It was too expensive. I'm like, that sucks. You know, he didn't move super far away, but like just getting pushed out of the town that you grew up in just because
Yeah.
of rich people. But so that was pretty interesting to hear.